What is going on, everybody? Zyonik here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at my Nightmare Cup tournament that I participated in down in Argentina. But before we get into that, we're going to take care of some other business. Firstly, I want to give a shout out to the Argentina Buenos Aires community. You guys are absolutely amazing. All the work and dedication you guys put in to make this event happen wouldn't have happened without you guys, so thank you so much for all the rides, all of the Diego going to get those cables to help us sort out the live stream. So thank you guys for everything that you guys did. And thank you, King and Nick, for coming down there with me. I had such a fun time doing this Pokemon Go PvP regional tournament live stream with you guys, and the whole weekend was just awesome. It was really great to get to know you guys, so thank you. Now, if you guys are wondering what happened with the regional tournament, did I participate, what actually happened, I actually didn't participate in this regional tournament because I do have another regional tournament in England this coming weekend. So I'm going to be participating in that. It's going to be in Birmingham. And what we did there is we live streamed their regional tournament. So if you guys are wondering how that went, there's going to be a link down in the description, and it was on the Silph Arena's official Twitch channel. So be sure to head down there, even if you don't have the time to watch the full live stream, which was 6 hours. It was very long, and we just talked Pokemon Go PvP the whole time and saw absolutely amazing matches. So go ahead and head down there. Be sure to drop a like on that channel because future live streams and shoutcasts will be there, including Worlds in Chicago and Dortmund for sure. So yeah, be sure to drop down there and check out that channel. And also congratulations to Marto for winning the regional tournament, going a full sweep 8-0. Your games were absolutely amazing, and that last round that we got to see from him was absolutely clutch. He is an amazing trainer, guys. So congratulations, Marto, for winning. And I'm very happy with my performance in the Nightmare Cup. I went to Argentina to battle against the best trainers in the world, and I think I did pretty well. So there'll be timestamps down below so you guys can fast forward to the battles that you want to see, or just, you know, pull up a chair, get some popcorn, and watch all the battles unfold. And there will also be a bonus battle at the end because Masticore wasn't able to make it to this Nightmare Cup tournament, but the night before, while we were out to dinner, he challenged me to a best of 3 for the Nightmare Cup, so you guys will get to see me versus Masticore at the end. And if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the latest Pokemon Go PvP content. Without further ado, let's get right into the Nightmare Cup tournament. Alright, so getting into this first game against Camile Pogo, she was a great opponent. In this first battle, I made some mistakes in my picks, and we're going to see why. So I go ahead and lead with Xatu because Xatu is going to do pretty well against her team. She leads with Skuntank. So this isn't favorable for me in any way. I know that an Air Slash will do well, but I'm looking to bail. So I do switch to Alolan Raticate to soak the crunch from her charge attack because it won't do super effective damage. But then she switches to Lucario, which absolutely shreds my Alolan Raticate. So completely deleted. So we're going to come back in with Xatu once we let the timer go down. And as you guys see, I had 2 Pokemon that were weak to her fighting, so I have to shield this right here. It could have been Shadow Ball. So I'm just going to go ahead and store some energy, and then I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace here. Again, in hindsight, I should have gone for Ominous Wind. As you can see, she shields there. I was going to get the shield either way. So she's probably going for Power Up Punch right here, but I'm going to go ahead and shield it. Or Shadow Ball, I should say. It is a Shadow Ball. I'm going to go ahead and get off the Ominous Wind. Now, Ominous Wind going to be finishing off the Lucario, but she still has 2 Pokemon. I did get a power-up buff, so her Skuntank is still alive and her Lucario's down, so we're just going to see what her final Pokemon is. She brings out Skuntank, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to my Skuntank. Now she does have a shield, and I don't have any shield, so I'm going to have to take whatever this is right here. It is a Crunch, thankfully, so it's not going to do that much damage. I'm going to go straight for a Crunch here to try to burn the shield. So let's see what happens. We don't get the shield, so she's saving the shield for her final Pokemon. Her final Pokemon is Mr. Mime. So I'm going to go ahead and get a Crunch off here. This will burn the shield. So let's see if we can actually pull out the win, because remember, we do have Xatu on the back end with some stored energy. Now, sadly, I'm not able to get to another crunch. I go down and she has Shadow Ball ready, so that is a GG in round 1. So time to recoup, time to refocus, pick a better lineup to handle her team. So I'm going to go with Toxicroak, Xatu, Skuntank. And the reason for that, Toxicroak, Skuntank doing very well in this tournament, and Xatu is going to counter a lot of her Pokemon. So I lead with Toxicroak, she leads with Skuntank. This is very favorable for me, so I'm going to go ahead and just start going to town, and I know she's looking to switch, so I switched to Skuntank instantly because I knew she had that Mr. Mime on the back end. So getting in there, getting a favorable matchup, we're going to go ahead and go for the crunch here. This crunch going to be doing super effective damage. She does shield, however, so I know she's going to try to go for this Shadow Ball. She does go for the Shadow Ball. So I'm going to forego the shield. This isn't going to kill me. It's going to take me low, but Skuntank was meant to eliminate Mr. Mime. So this is very ideal for me. She comes in with Lucario. I'm able to get a last second crunch off. This crunch, not going to be doing a ton of damage, but it takes out half the health of Lucario. So Xatu going to be doing super effective damage. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Xatu to get those air slashes. This is going to be a power-up punch, so I'm going to forego the shield here. Not going to be doing a lot to me, and we're just going to start storing energy and let Xatu drop the Lucario here. So she has one Pokemon left. It is Skuntank. So I'm going to go for the Ominous Wind to burn that last shield, and then I'm switching to Toxicroak because she doesn't have any shields, and I have Mud Bomb, which you guys know is going to be doing super effective damage to take down the Skuntank. So as we see, we get the Mud Bomb off here, tons of damage coming out, and we are still able to shield, keep our Toxicroak very topped up, and we're just going to finish off the Skuntank with the counter. So GG's, we are tied in the series 1-1, so we're going to go ahead and go into game 3. Now for game 3, I didn't see anything, or in game 2, I didn't see anything wrong. Obviously game 1, I saw my lineup was wrong, so I changed it. Game 3, we're going with that same lineup. I'm confident in this play. I know how it works, but she leads with Mr. Mime. Gotta get out of there fast. I bail into Skuntank, so I'm expecting a switch to one of her fighting type Pokemon, so I'm just going to keep storing energy, but she doesn't decide to switch out, so I'm going to go ahead and go for this crunch to try to force a shield. So we do get the shield, and I know she's going to try to go for, oh, she does decide to bail. Okay, she bails, and I'm going to go for another crunch here to see if we can maybe burn another shield on the Toxicroak. We don't get the shield, but we take down a ton of health. So she still has one shield left, and she does decide to use the Mud Bomb here. I'm going to go ahead and let Skuntank die because I still have Toxicroak and Xatu in the back. So we're going to go ahead and come in with Xatu against the Toxicroak after we let the timer go down a little bit. We're going to come in, farm up the Toxicroak. Now we got some positive energy. We still have two shields with a Xatu and a Toxicroak. She brings in Skuntank. We're going to go for the Ominous Wind here, seeing if we can possibly get another shield and a stat boost. We don't get the shield. We don't get the stat boost. Okay, that's alright, because I know she has Mr. Mime still, so I'm just going to shield everything that this Skuntank is going to be throwing at me, because those crunches will be doing super effective damage. And we're just going to keep going for Ominous Winds to try to get the stat boost and try to burn her final shield. So we do get the final shield. Now I'm happy with this. I know I can shield again. I can shield this right here, and then she'll bring in, I'll be able to finish off with Air Slash, and then use Ominous Wind against Mr. Mime. So we go for the Ominous Wind against the Mr. Mime, who has no health, and that is going to be GG. So well played, well done, good fights there, and we're going to go ahead and move into round 2. Now round 2, again, I'm going against Lex Master, guys, who is the #1 player in the world. So round 2, I'm fighting the best guy in the world. So we're going to lead with Skuntank, and he leads with Spiritomb. So this was a good prediction on my part that he would lead with Spiritomb, so let's see what happens. So he goes ahead and bails out of there. He bails into Umbreon. So I'm going to bail into my Toxicroak. Toxicroak, that counter, going to be doing some work. We're going to go ahead and go for Mud Bomb spam. We are going to shield this right here. Could be Last Resort, which it is Last Resort, which had done a big chunk of damage. And we want to keep our Toxicroak health high so we can take down the Umbreon. We're going to go ahead and use Mud Bomb. get this Umbreon out of here. But he does get a last second charge move off. We're going to forego the shield. Nothing can KO me on that side. Last resort is going to hurt, but it won't kill me. So we can finish off the Umbreon, and now whatever he has coming in, which could be Spiritomb or a third, whatever the third Pokemon is, we're going to go for Sludge Bomb. But it is Spiritomb, so let's see what happens. He does decide to shield. Okay, now the Spiritomb is gaining energy off me right now, and I am able to get a last second Mud Bomb. Now this Mud Bomb won't be doing super effective damage to the Spiritomb, but it'll still do a good chunk of damage. So that Spiritomb's got some loaded energy, so we're gonna come in with Skuntank again. This Skuntank already having loaded energy on there. Now this could be a Shadow Ball, so I'm going to just forego shields. It's not super effective, but it still does a good chunk, and he brings in his Toxicroak. Now right here, instead of going for the charge move, I should have switched faster. Now I do get the Flamethrower off, and I'm able to one-tap the Toxicroak. Now he still has one shield left, guys, and he has still a lot of stored energy. Now, so I need to look out for the Shadow Ball here. So I am going to shield, but it's Ominous Wind, so well played on him knowing that I would probably shield, and we are going to get to this Shadow Ball. Now the Shadow Ball is going to burn his final shield. He knows it's going to KO him, so he does burn the shield, and now I know a Shadow Ball is coming for me right now. This Shadow Ball is going to definitely take out the Hypno. So Hypno goes down. It actually is Ominous Wind. Now he has another Ominous Wind, guys, and look at how close this is. The Ominous Wind goes off. I have absolutely no health, and it is a race for fast moves, and we kill each other at the same time. Game 1 against the world's best player, rank 1 player, and we kill each other at the same time. So that was an awesome round 1, and it just kind of goes downhill from me because I start making some mistakes and he capitalizes on it. So second game, I'm leading with Toxicroak. He leads with Umbreon, so this is a positive win for me, but the best player in the world knows how to win from disadvantages. So let's see what happens. So he does decide to switch. He switches to Spiritomb, so I'm going to switch right into Skuntank. Skuntank, that crunch, going to be really doing some work to a Spiritomb, and this is where my first mistake was. That's Shadow Ball. Actually, that wasn't my first mistake. I'm thinking of a different game, but I do go for the crunch here, so that was a good shield on the Shadow Ball, but I go for the crunch. This is probably going to burn a shield. We do get his shield, so we're just going to try to go for a crunch again. This move won't be killing me, but I decide to shield, and it's Shadow Ball, so that's going to be, I guess, an okay shield. I go for the crunch, see if we can get the final shield. We don't get the final shield. We take out the Spiritomb, but I have no shields left. So whatever he has coming in, which is going to be his Umbreon, we'll actually be able to do some work. We're going to go for this Flamethrower. Now, this next move, Last Resort, isn't going to take me out, but I am able to get the Flamethrower off just in time to do some nice chip damage against the Umbreon. So the Umbreon gets a little bit of chip damage on it, but it's storing energy off me right now. And this is really bad because I have Hypno and Toxicroak, so he's able to get the Last Resort off on my Toxicroak. I am able to get the Mud Bomb right back. Now this Mud Bomb going to take out the Umbreon, so his final Pokemon is going to be a Hypno, which is really bad, guys. It's Hypno versus Hypno. He has a shield. So obviously you guys know what's going to happen. I can't get to 2 Shadow Balls before he gets to 2 Shadow Balls. He has energy on me and he has a shield, so he's going to do that first Shadow Ball. I'm going to go ahead and go for my Shadow Ball. I told him GG, it's this game was over, but I'm going to try to save my dignity here and keep fighting it out. And he laughed, but we both know this is over. So very well played, Lex. Very good battles, but remember, we tied the first game, so it went to 0-0 again. This was the second game, so now he is 1-0. So we're going to go into game 3. Now game 3, this is where I made a mistake. I didn't go with a good lineup. Again, I went with a double dark, and we'll see what happens. So Toxicroak versus Umbreon again. Positive matchup for me, but his Last Resorts are going to be burning my shield, and I'm just trying to store energy here to try to get extra energy and get the move priority. So he does do a Dark Pulse. I go ahead and go for a Mud Bomb here, but I don't believe he shields. Or he does shield, actually. He does shield. So we're going to try to go for a Mud Bomb again, but he bails into Hypno, but I didn't get to switch out. The Mud Bomb went off instead, and now I can actually switch out. So I do switch out, but my Toxicroak has no health now because that Hypno is able to get off damage. Now, Alolan Raticate going to be really good against a Hypno, going to get this crunch off, but I do need to be worried about Focus Blast. Now, we finish off the Hypno, and he's going to bring in his Toxicroak. His Toxicroak, as you can see, those counters, going to be wrecking me. I am able to get this crunch off, which is going to do a decent amount of damage to his Toxicroak. I decide to come in with Toxicroak here, thinking that I had a lot of health left, but I didn't. And as you guys can see, I make another mistake. I go for a shield. Why did I do that? I don't know. I don't know. That was very poor decision on me. I thought I had more health, but obviously I didn't. I wasn't able to bail out in time, and he's able to get a Mud Bomb off on my Skuntank. So this is GG. So very well played. My one loss now going to Lex Master. So very well played, Lex. Good job and way to capitalize on some mistakes that I made there. All right, going into round 3. So I'm 1-1 in the tournament as of right now, and we're against Powell's land right here. And I decided to go with my core lineup of Toxicroak, Hypno, Skuntank. And the lead pays off for me here. I got Toxicroak versus Alolan Muck. As you guys know, is a pot of a matchup, but I make a really bad mistake right here. So he swaps in, and I was scared. I even saw that it was Toxicroak, but I still hit Skuntank. So this is really bad for me. The only thing I can do to gain a positive from this is shield this and go to burn one of his shields. That's going to be the only positive that I can get from this. So I go for the crunch here. This is going to burn the shield. I mean, at this point, we're going to let Skuntank go down. Skuntank, thank you for playing, but you were the wrong Pokemon to come in. I should have brought in Hypno, as you guys know. So we're going to go in with Hypno now to try to save this game. So we go in with Hypno, get 2 Confusions off to finish off the Toxicroaks out. Now the next Pokemon he is going to bring in is going to be Alolan Raticate. That Focus Blast is going to be do a lot of work to Alolan Raticate, but notice he has Bite, guys. So which means he's not going to get to his fast move or charge move quick enough. So I swap into Toxicroak. I go for the Mud Bomb. Let's see if we burn a shield here. We do burn his final shield. And this move right here, I can go ahead and shield because I know I can take out his Alolan Raticate before he can do any charge move, but he does decide to bail to Alolan Muck. Now, Alolan Muck going to be taking super effective damage from Mud Bomb, so this is actually very lucky on my end that he had 2 Darks, so I was able to actually win the game with Toxicroak, as you can see here. Now, if he had something else, maybe a Hypno or some kind of counter to my Toxicroak, this would have been a lot different. But we're gonna go with the same lineup. I'm very confident in this lineup. So it's very similar to the Twilight Cup, but for the Nightmare Cup, Toxicroak, Hypno, Skuntank is very strong for me. So as you guys can see here, this is a very positive matchup. He is looking to switch, and so it's Raichu. So I decide to stay in because I know I have positive energy on him, and Mud Bombs are going to be doing super effective damage to Raichu, and we can burn both his shields. So we're just going to go, ahead and shield this. It is going to be Thunder Punch, and then we're going to just keep going for Mud Bombs. So I know that this is going to be Thunder Punch again. We're going to go ahead and go for the shield, and then we are going to go for the Mud Bomb here. Try to either burn his final shield or get the Alolan Raticate out of there. Now I'm looking to switch, and why is that? Because he has another charge move. So I switch to Skuntank to soak. I'm planning on Skuntank to soak all the damage here. Even if this is a wild charge, Skuntank is just going to soak it, but Alolan Raichu goes down before he can finish me off. So I still have Toxicroak for that Raticate, and his final Pokemon doesn't have any shields. So let's see what it is. It is going to be Toxicroak, so we can go for the Flamethrower here, and this is going to be doing a ton of damage. So I know letting Skuntank go down here is going to be perfectly fine. I can bring in Hypno to finish off Toxicroak, and then I can bring in Toxicroak to finish off Alolan Raticate. So I'm going to let the timer go down so that I can do that swap once Alolan Raticate does come back in. We're going to go ahead and clear Hypno, or clear the Toxicroak, and we're gonna switch to our own Toxicroak to finish off the Alolan Raticate. So GG there. Very well played, and we're gonna go ahead and move. Oh, he did have Toxicroak still. I thought this is actually really funny. I thought that I had finished off all his Pokemon because the Hypno came in there against Toxicroak, and I was trying to shake his hand saying GG, and I did it again here. So wow. All right, moving into the next round. I'm against Dargo. Now Dargo, this is his first tournament ever, and he's a very skilled player. So let's see what happens. We got against Spiritomb, which is not the most favorable of matchups, but we can stay in this. So we're gonna go ahead and go for Mud Bombs. Mud Bomb's gonna be doing good chunks of damage, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shield this right here, but it is Ominous Wind, so hopefully he doesn't get a buff, which he didn't. And then we're just gonna go for another Mud Bomb to try to see if we can burn a shield, but he is able to get to his charge move. It is going to be Ominous Wind again. It does a good amount of damage. We're gonna go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb here to try to finish off Spiritomb, but we do burn the shield, which is very nice to see. So we both go down, or he gets knocked out. I have barely enough health, but I'm probably not going to be able to get to this Mud Bomb. I actually do get the Mud Bomb. Now he brings in Umbreon. So he burns his final shield, so I know now that my Hypno can use Focus Blast to finish off his Umbreon, so I'm going to come Hypno. Now, Hypno is going to be taking super effective damage from Umbreon, so as long as I shield, like I do right here, I'm going to be able to get to the Focus Blast to finish off the Umbreon, and then his last Pokemon is hopefully a fighting type Pokemon. This Dark Pulse still going to be doing, or Foul Play I should say, still going to be doing a good chunk of damage, but getting off the Focus Blast to finish off the Umbreon. Now I do try to switch there, but it doesn't go through, so as Umbreon finishes me off, I do have to soak whatever move is coming here. It's going to be Foul Play. I'm not doing a lot of damage, and now it's just going to be a race to see what Pokemon he has, and it's Toxicroak. This is not good, guys. He is going to get to the Mud Bomb, and that is GG. Sadly, I wasn't able to switch out into Skuntank to try to finish off the Umbreon. So first round goes to Dargo. Sorry. So now we're into round 2. Toxicroak versus Umbreon. This is a positive matchup for me, as you guys know. So we're just going to go for Mud Bombs here. He does bail, so we're looking to see what he brings, and he brings in Xatu, so we're going to go ahead and go into Skuntank. Now, I do need to watch out for Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is going to be doing a ton of damage, but let's see what he does here. He does the Ominous Wind, and we're just going to go for crunches here. Knowing that we're ahead on energy, we're just going to go for the crunch, hopefully to burn a shield, but let's see what happens. So we do get the first shield, so he's probably looking to try to finish me off here. I do decide to shield because I'm trying to bet on the fact that I can get to another crunch here, which I am able to land the crunch right at the last second, which was very clutch for me. So I get the crunch off to finish off his Xatu. He lets his Xatu go down. He brings in Toxicroak, which is perfectly fine. I have Hypno Toxicroak, so I have a more favorable lineup versus his duo. So I bring in the Hypno, obviously, to delete this Toxicroak. He does switch, so I switch in kind, go and get off the Mud Bomb right here. And now it's just going to be just a race to finish off the Umbreon as fast as I can. He does have a shield though, but as long as I shield, I should be able to take out this Umbreon with counters and burning his shield with Mud Bomb, because it won't be able to really KO me. So I get off the Mud Bomb here. He's likely to shield, and he does shield, so now it's just a race. He does get off another move, which is going to be Foul Play, which isn't going to kill me, but I am able to finish off the Umbreon there. Now his last Pokemon is Toxicroak, and I am able to get off a Mud Bomb at the last second versus his Toxicroak. So GG. We are tied in the series 1-1, and now we're going to go into game 3. So game 3, very good. I'm gonna go with the same lineup, guys. I didn't deviate from this lineup because it was working for me, and that's what I would suggest for you guys. Whatever's working for you, don't try to fix it. Obviously analyze the opponent's lineup, but I go with the Toxicroak lead again. It's against Spiritomb, and as you guys know, but I decide to bail. I decide to bail to Skuntank to soak. His charge move is Ominous Wind, and let's see what he decides to do. He decides to bail as well. He goes for Poliwrath. Okay, so I'm just going to go for Crunches here to try to burn shields and do some damage. Now the Poliwrath, because it doesn't have Mud Bomb, isn't going to one-shot KO me here, so I can shield, but that was, again, a poor choice. The first power-up punch isn't going to be doing a lot, guys. Don't shield that first power-up punch because he has a second. So very well played by him. I am able to get to this last second crunch though. Now this crunch is going to be doing a decent chunk of damage to a Poliwrath, but he decides to shield. So we burned 2 shields here, which is fantastic. That's what I was hoping for, but I could have shielded better in that round. So we go for Hypno here. We're not going to shield anything. It is power up punch, which isn't going to be doing anything to a Hypno, and we're just going to take out the Poliwrath. Now he has no shields, and he brings in Spiritomb, so we can go straight for this Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball is going to be doing a ton of damage, but we are going to shield here. We don't want to lose this Hypno. Ominous Wind comes in, and we go for the Shadow Ball here. And as you guys know, this is going to do a lot of damage. Not completely KO, but take it down pretty low. And the fact that I can swap to Toxicroak right at the time his Pokemon dies, so we go for the Sludge Bomb here. Sludge Bomb going to be more advantageous when fighting against a Xatu. As you guys can see, that's a ton of damage, and we don't get the Mud Bomb off in time. He is able to finish me off with the Ominous Wind, and we still have Hypno left, and he got a power boost. So we're just praying we can get, and he said he had Ominous Wind right there, which, such a close game. Very good game right there. So we're going to move into round 4 against Zellerji. And again, guys, I am sticking to my core team. So I go with Toxicroak. He leads with Toxicroak. Okay. Mirror matches are very interesting, especially Toxicroak versus Toxicroak in this tournament. So I'm just going to keep spamming counters here. And he does use Mud Bomb first. So I am going to shield this right here. It is going to be doing super effective damage. I am going to go for my own Mud Bomb here, which should burn the shield. So we do burn the shield. Now I'm going to go for 2 more taps, and I'm bailing to Hypno. Why? He's going to use a Mud Bomb right here, and I'm able to clear his health, as you guys see right there. Or he actually uses Sludge Bomb, so it's very good reaction on him. But we take out the Toxicroak with Hypno. Now he's coming in with Skuntank, and we're just going to try to go for the Shadow Ball. But he is able to get Crunch off. We're going to go ahead and just let Hypno die. The Shadow Ball would have been a really nice bonus, but we need to save our shields for Toxicroak and Skuntank. So we're going to let the timer go down, and then we're going to come into Toxicroak because we have loaded energy and we have a fair amount of health. So going for the Mud Bomb here. This should burn the shield on the enemy Skuntank. We do get the shield. Mind you, we still have 1 shield left. So we are going to shield this right here. Because it would kill us, and then we know that we can get to this Mud Bomb, but he decides to bail, so I instantly bail, but his confusion takes me out before I can. So we're Slowbro versus Skuntank, and we're gonna go for the Crunch here. It's gonna be doing super effective damage, but it's not gonna be enough to completely KO him, as you guys can see right there, and he's able to get off an Ice Beam. This Ice Beam is gonna do a fair bit of damage to us. And now this is crazy. I don't remember how much health his own Skuntank has. So let's see what happens. We get to the Crunch at the very last second, which is going to finish off his Skuntank. So very well played. Super close game. So GG's. All right, moving into the next game. Again, same lineup, guys. I'm staying with this core. I just swap things around based on what I see on the enemy team. But we're going to go with the core. It's working for me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, guys. So, going into game 2 here. Again, I should have probably edited this a little better, but that's okay. We're just going to lead with Toxicroak. We got Hypno on the fast switch and Skuntank in the back. So leading with Toxicroak versus his Lucario. This is very, very positive for us. As you guys will see right here, counter gonna be doing a ton of damage. I don't even need to use a Mud Bomb here. I can just store energy. This is gonna be Power Up Punch coming in. Don't need to shield. Excuse me. So we're able to finish it off, and then we're going to see what Pokemon he brings in, and we're going to go for the Sludge Bomb. It is a Slowbro, which is very nice, but we need to bail out of there fast. We do get the shield. We bail out of there. We go into Skuntank. Skuntank, that Crunch, going to be doing super effective damage, and so we go for the Crunch here, but let's see if we do burn a shield. So we get a shield. And now he's going to be using that Ice Beam, but we're going to go ahead and shield here because we have a positive matchup already. We're ahead with Pokemon, and he does decide to switch to his own Skuntank, so we're going to go for Flamethrower here. He doesn't have any shields. This Flamethrower is going to be doing a decent amount of damage to a Skuntank, and my timer's coming up pretty quickly. So we can get the Skuntank down. We're going to go ahead and shield again because my Skuntank's going to be a good counter for that Slowbro, and we might be able to get off a Crunch. So we do get off the Crunch here, and then his last Pokemon is going to be that Slowbro, which I still have Hypno in the back with Shadow Ball for, which we do switch to Hypno for the Shadow Ball because I can get to it. The Ice Beam isn't going to be doing super effective damage. Hypno not having Shadow Ball or something of that nature. So the Ice Beam does a decent amount, but we are going to get to the Shadow Ball to finish off the Hypno here. So GG's, well played. And then now we're going to move into the final round. And this is against King. Now King, as you guys know, an incredible Pokemon Go PvPer. And just before this round happened, I told him, like, we might get matched up. And he's like, yeah, we just might. So I lead with Skuntank, and he leads with Xatu. Now there's been a lot of mind games going because we've been practicing a lot with each other, so we know how we play, and he knows I love leading Toxicroak. So he bails into Umbreon. I try to bail. The bail doesn't go through, so I go to Toxicroak on the second round. Now I am going to shield this right here. I want to keep my Toxicroak alive. I want to take out this Umbreon. This Umbreon's going to be a tough Pokemon to take out if I don't use Toxicroak. So we're going to go for Mud Bombs here. He forgoes shields. Very smart on him. He knows he can get to another charge move here in a second. So as you can see, he gets the charge move. We're going to go ahead and let this charge move come through. It's going to be last resort because Toxicroak was meant to take out Umbreon, which we did. But he still has 2 shields. And it's King, guys. You guys know he is such a phenomenal player. We go for the Mud Bomb here. Now the Mud Bomb not doing super effective damage, and he's farming energy off me now. So this is not looking good. Okay, so we're going to let the timer go down, and we're going to come into Skuntank. Skuntank having that stored energy, we're going to go for the Crunch. This will burn a shield, so we do get 1 shield there, and we decide to shield here. It is Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace going to be doing a decent amount to a Skuntank. He does decide to bail, though. He bails to Toxicroak, and I bail to Hypno. As you guys know, this is a very advantageous play for us. The Toxicroak here getting off the Sludge Bomb, I believe. Yep, he is able to get off the Sludge Bomb to take me down very low. Now I'm against his Xatu, and I need to get this Shadow Ball off, guys. I have to get it off. I do get the Shadow Ball off, which is going to burn the shield. And then we're going to be at the races, guys. It's going to be Xatu versus... he is storing so much energy here, guys. This is going to be Xatu versus Skuntank. And he's able to get off the Aerial Ace here. This is going to be so close. Okay, so we're at the races. We're going for the Crunch. He's going for his Ominous Wind. And I'm able to get the Crunch with no health, guys. Oh my goodness. This was crazy. We were both laughing. This was like the closest game. So round 1, we take it, and very GG King. That was so close. And this is how a lot of our games go. It's a lot of fun playing against King. So now we're gonna go into round 2. Mind you, round 2, we both had some switch glitches. He was trying to switch. I was trying to switch. Thank you, King, for just saying it's okay. because we both were having glitches. This is the first one. I'm against Toxicroak versus his Umbreon, and I believe he said right here, he was looking to switch, and it wasn't working. As you can see, he was storing energy and he was trying to switch. I get off the Mud Bomb, and he is going to burn the shield, and he is going to use a charge move here. So King not able to bail out of there into his own counter for a fighting, but we do get the Mud Bomb off here to finish off the Umbreon. And now this is where my switch glitch came in, because we were both, you know, he brings in Hypno and I try to switch and I can't. So he's able to take me out. But we have Skuntank versus Hypno now. As you guys know, this is going to be very advantageous for us. We are going to shield. I wasn't counting properly, so this could have been a Focus Blast, but it was a Shadow Ball. So now I'm not too worried. I can get to another Crunch before he gets to Shadow Ball. So we are able to take him down super low. He's going to go ahead and let the Hypno die. Now he has probably Toxicroak on the back end, so he's going to bring in the Toxicroak most likely, and he still has that Umbreon. So let's see what happens. He's letting the timer go down. He brings in the Toxicroak. We're going to go for the Crunch here to try to burn the shield or do some decent damage. So we do burn the shield, and let's see if he does the Mud Bomb. No, he's just storing energy. Very smart on him. He's storing a ton of energy. And now I'm going to bring in the Hypno to finish off his Toxicroak. As you guys know, this is going to be doing a ton of damage. He is going to go, or he doesn't get the move off. He does bring in Umbreon, and then Toxicroak goes down. Well, Toxicroak uses the Sludge Bomb here, but I am able to finish it off. So GG's King, very well played. Again, we both lagged in this game, but we agreed, you know, it's okay. So thank you, King, for the great matches. Now, I ended up going 5-1 in the tournament. But this is the bonus game I was talking about. We were out to dinner, and Masticore was like, "You want to battle?" I'm like, "Yeah." All right. So we decided to do Twilight, or Nightmare, I should say, Nightmare Cup best of 3. So we're against Masticore here. Now Masticore has been the world's rank 1 until this recent tournament, where Lex Master took over rank 1 because of the extra points he was able to get there. So we're against Masticore. Masticore is an incredible Pokemon Go PvPer, as you guys know. So we're going to lead with Alolan Eradicate, and he leads with Spiritomb. So this is a positive matchup for us. We don't need to be shielding anything that this guy is bringing out, but he does switch to Toxicroak. So I switch to my own Toxicroak. Now, mind you, he has energy on me, but we can double shield and try to take him out here. So we go ahead and shield the first Mud Bomb, and I go for a Mud Bomb now, which is going to be burning his shield. So we do get his shield. Now he's probably going to be going for another Mud Bomb here, so we are going to shield again, and then we're going to get our Mud Bomb off to try to either A, finish him off, or B, get his last shield. So we go for the Mud Bomb here, so let's see what happens. So he does decide to shield, and he does get his own Mud Bomb off, but we do have Skuntank and Alolan Eradicate. Skuntank going to be better in this situation, so I believe I go for the Skuntank. So I do go for the Skuntank, but I believe he is able to get off, or no, I switch, that's right. I switch to Alolan Eradicate just in time to absorb the Mud Bomb so that it wouldn't be doing a ton of damage, and I finish off Toxicroak with Quick Attack. Now I'm going to try to go for this Crunch here. So I go for the Crunch. I get it off on the Xatu, which is going to be doing a ton of damage. My Alolan Eradicate goes down, but I am able to farm off the Xatu, and remember he does have Spiritomb in the back, so I'm able to go for the Crunch here. The Crunch going to be doing a decent amount of damage to Spiritomb. Now it's just a race to the charge moves, and I'm able to get off the Crunch just in time before he's able to get off Shadow Ball, I should say. So we take round 1 against Masticore. So GG. Now we're going to go into round 2. Now these games against Masticore were so much fun. It was so intense. So let's see what lineup we decide to go with here. Again, this whole Nightmare Cup experience in Argentina was amazing. The battlers there were amazing, and we had so much fun being involved in such a heavy PvP community in Argentina. So if I would have edited this better, we could have jumped right into the match, but hopefully it's going to be starting here in a second. So yeah, come on, Zyonik. There we go. All right. So I lead with Raichu here versus his Toxicroak. So this is okay. We can both burn shields here, and I'm just gonna be going for Thunder Punches. There's no reason to try to fake out, but I do try to overcharge to try to burn 2 of his shields back to back. So I go ahead and shield this. I'm gonna go for the Thunder Punch now. So ideally he's gonna be shielding here. So he does shield, and then I'm gonna go for the Thunder Punch again right here to try to burn his second shield. So let's see what happens. So we don't burn his second shield. He's gonna go ahead and let Toxicroak go down, but he's able to get to that Mud Bomb. So I go ahead and shield here. I like Alolan Raichu with some stored energy. So we're just gonna take him out, see his next Pokemon, and keep our stored energy on Alolan Raichu. He brings in Eradicate, so I try to bail in there. And it's been a problem I've noticed when I try to switch. He does bring in Xatu though, so we're gonna go for the Mud Bomb, try to shield bait here. But it has been a problem I've noticed whenever I try to switch in Argentina, it doesn't work. And Masticore. That was really ballsy not to shield there. It could have been the Sludge Bomb, and he was just like, nope, not having it. I'm gonna save that shield, and sure enough, it played off for him. And I don't know why I didn't go Alolan Raichu. I had stored energy against Xatu, and I don't go for Alolan Raichu. Okay, so he is going to get off 2 aerial aces back to back, completely KO me. And I have Alolan Raichu, so my only hope is try to store as much energy as I can, take out the Xatu, and there's just not a lot I can do. He still has a shield, guys, and he has Alolan Eradicate, so that is GG. So we are tied 1-1 in the series, so we're going to go into Game 3 now. So, Game 3, what do I decide to do? I decide to go with Toxicroak, Hypno, Alolan Eradicate, I believe, or do I switch it? I think I switch it to Skuntank. Yeah, I decided to go with Skuntank. This obviously the core lineup that I used the next day. This match was from the night before the tournament, so we're gonna go with the core that just does so well for me, guys. And this is the final game against Masticore in a best of 3 series. We are tied 1-1. So again, if I would have edited it better, but that's alright. We'll get into the game here in a second. And I lead with Toxicroak, and he leads with Alolan Eradicate. Very positive for us, as you guys know. So he's going to look to bail, and I need to make a correct switch when he does. So I pull up my switch. He brings in Spiritomb. I try to switch. It doesn't go through, so I have to do it again. Now this is going to be Ominous Wind, so I'm not going to shield it. But we are able to start going for crunches now. Against Spiritomb, Skuntank is going to be doing pretty decent. You do need to watch out for Shadow Ball, but we do get the crunch off here to take him down very low. So we're going to go ahead and shield here because I want to retain that positive matchup that I have. And then I have plenty of stored energy to burn a shield on his next Pokemon. Plus I get to see what it's going to be. So we had shielded that Shadow Ball, and then he's letting the timer go down to bring in his next Pokemon. So he brings in Toxicroak, and I'm going to go for the crunch here. I could have gone for it sooner, but I was hoping maybe he'd think it was a flamethrower. He does decide to shield, which is perfectly fine, but he's just storing energy off me. So I'm going to need to go Hypno here. I do let the timer go down, and I come in straight into Hypno, so I know this is going to be a Sludge Bomb coming at me if he can get it. So he does get it, but we're not going to shield, even though it is going to do a decent amount of damage. But he decides to go for Mud Bomb to try to bait my shield. So I didn't go for the shield, which is very positive there. And he brings in Alolan Eradicate. As you guys know, Mud Bomb, not going to be doing a ton, but I have Counter, which is going to do work to Alolan Eradicate. So I am able to finish off this game with just fast attacks. I can just shield this move right here. So GG's Masticore. So all in all, guys, Argentina was a fantastic experience. The PvP culture there is huge. Everyone loves battling. So thank you, Argentina, Buenos Aires community, for having me there to participate in these tournaments and host your regional tournament. I had a ton of fun. And everyone who's watching this, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that maybe you learned something. If you still have a Nightmare Cup coming up this weekend, maybe you can take a look at the fact that the core that I use can work very well. Granted, you can swap things here and there, but Toxicroak, Skuntank, Hypno, Toxicroak, Skuntank, Xatu, or even, Toxicroak, Umbreon in that sense, will be working really well for you guys, and you just got to execute and make correct decisions. So like always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.